Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead. Guys, we came out here this morning, noticed that the deer has been in the peas. We knew they would do it eventually. They've done it after a heavy rain. We've had days of torrential rainfall here, and the deer has come in now. What it is they get to eating the acorns because we have so many acorns on the ground now that when they get through eating on acorns, they come over here, and that's the only reason they didn't eat more of these peas than they did, was because they're full of acorns. Now, today, what I want to do is kind of show you a little bit about a lost art, and that is tracking. One thing you need to know and understand on your homestead is where the animals come from, where they come in at, what kind of animals, how many. All this kind of helps. If you keep records of all this stuff, it kind of helps you to know what goes on your homestead and how to prepare your gardens and stuff like that to prevent deer from wiping out everything. Now, we had deer wipe out our front up here this past year because they've never come in up there before. This is the first time ever. They've always come in the back here. Now, it's getting toward fall. We're anticipating this. I made the comment in the beginning when I planted these peas, if they make it, we will have some to sell on Etsy. It's going to be a mighty big if. We're going to see if the bone sauce continues to keep them out, and that's only going to be if we can get the rain to stop where it doesn't wash it away all the time. That's a big issue for us here. So we're going to show you how we track our deer. We're going to show you where they come from, and it's always important to know where the deer come from, what directions they come in at, and how to best eradicate the situation and deal with it so that you don't lose your crops that you've spent so much time and effort into raising. Well guys, we've had 2 days of torrential rainfall from the tropical storm Nicholas that came up in here, and it still ain't over yet. And it's washed all of our bone sauce off of everything, and then we wake up this morning, we got deer tracks here. They got in the peas last night. They ate a few of them off here. They came up through here. They eat the tops off of them here, all here. They went across, they went into the sweet potatoes. Eat some of the sweet potato tops off, turned around and came right back, right here, walked around, meandered around right here, went back across, went under it right here. Deer tracks up here, but something has eaten the tops off of all these in here. And right here, probably these mole crickets, they're bad about, yeah, I see where the mole crickets has been all in here. Probably the mole crickets. Guys, that's the problem with all the rain we're having. We put the bone sauce out, and the rain just comes and it washes it off, and we can't put it back on because we only have a limited supply of it, and it's not doing us any good unless it quits raining. And it looks like just one deer so far, and our thing is now I've got to track that joker and see where it's coming from and try to set a camera up and see if I can figure out what time it's coming in. Okay, we found where they walk back through the sugar cane. We're backtracking them because they usually go back where they come from. And they've come right through here. Here it is right here. Right there. The track's right there. So here it is right here. Right there. So it's coming right here, walking. And because this spider web is tore up right here hanging in the tree, this morning I'm guessing that it walked through and knocked the spider web down. Yep, here's the tracks that came right under that spider web right here. The tracks are right here behind it, in the back door of the cabin. There, here, right here. So, my guess is...
I parked the Ranger right where they may have come.
Well, it's probably is somewhere right in here more than likely, because the deer are very erratic. They're eating acorns right now is what it is.
And peas and sweet potatoes.
Yeah, they're eating on a little bit of all of it. I mean, just probably, my guess is they've come from right here across this fence somewhere right here. And I probably could find their tracks over by the fence where they jumped this fence. Okay, so we've determined it's come yonder. Now we found the tracks right here. I mean, there's a cabin 20 feet from me. I mean, this is a young maiden doe, looks like. She's just a 1-year-old deer. She's just a young one. What are you up to? What are you up to? Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah. You're just a big old boy. Yeah, you're just a big old boy. Yeah. He's a mess. Oh, he's a mess. Hey. Look at them. They're all feeling their oats this morning, boys. Cool. Look at him. Look at Miss Betty. She's bringing up the rear down here. Say, Miss Betty. Huh? You doing, Miss Betty? Huh, Miss Betty? Come on, baby girl. Come here. Come on. Come on, Miss Betty. Come on, baby girl. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on, baby girl. What are you doing, huh?
If you had Dixie some sweet potatoes, she'd come.
Oh, I know. If I had some sweet potatoes, she'd come right up here, but I don't have none. Yeah, her back's all dirty this morning. When I was in the barn, Minnie bumped into me and knocked the feed out of my hand. It fell all across her back while I was petting her, and she had feed across from the back of her neck all the way off the tip of her tail with feed poured on her.
That's why Mama keeps licking on her.
Yeah, Mama goes, something about you is just different this morning. You got that feed taste to you. What are y'all girls doing, huh? Say, what are you girls doing this morning, huh? Miss Dolly, I don't have nothing this morning, sweetie. I don't have anything, and I know you want some sweet potatoes, and I don't have none. I know. I don't have no sweet potatoes this morning.
Look at them smelling.
Yeah,
They're wanting sweet potatoes. You spoiled these.
I done spoiled these animals to the hill. Look at Mr. Watch him bling his head into that wire. Watch him.
He just wants rubbing.
He wants rubbing. Look at his, look, see him? Okay, they came from back there, the deer did. It come right around here, it walked right here. It's come right on down to here. And it's more likely walking around just meandering. Look, probably looking for acorns if I had to guess. Because they're falling right up under these trees right now. And when they're feeding on acorns, they walk erratic patterns. They don't walk in straight lines. They just feed around up under the trees.
And the ranger's been through here.
And the ranger, we've been through with the ranger, not knowing. Arrowhead shit there. Yeah, we kind of disturbed the soil pretty bad with the ranger, not knowing. Well, we come to the conclusion that it went back into the big forest behind us here because we tracked it back to the fence. So I told Wanda, I said, we got to figure out where it came in at, not where it went out. So I started looking back up. I said, we done covered this whole area back here. And I told her, I says, it came from up toward the house somewhere. So I came back up here by the pond, and sure enough, it walked right here, walked here, going on back to where we just came from. And the thing about it is, there's a house cat's tracks right with it. We got a house cat walked right along there with it. So,
Our deer's got a cat.
well, he's got a cat following him, evidently. But he came right through here, came across. Here's where he came down, right here, right there. So it came, here it is right here, right here. I mean, it could have come from over in here. Here it is right here. Okay, so we found it there. I found it right here. It's coming from up by the cane mill. So it came in from up this way. The cats have been all down through here. Some house cat or something's been rambling back and forth through here a lot. Especially down here toward the end, there's a lot of cat tracks down there. I thought maybe the deer might have been out here in the blueberries because they like to eat the limbs off of blueberry bushes, but I haven't found any tracks up there. Lots of cat tracks though. Guys, we determined where it's jumped the fence at. And the funny thing is, this is where I poured out some old rice bran that was left over from last year. It had weevils all in it. I poured it out right here. You can see their tracks. There's one right here. The other one's right here where they hit the fence when they came over. They jumped right here and right here. So it cleared the fence right here. Which means that there should be some tracks up in here on this piece of the property. They came from up in here. If that's the case, it tells me I know where they came in the back here now, because they always come across a fence in a specific place back yonder. And they've walked up through here now. Since we put these fences up, they walk through the woods up here, because there's acorns under all these trees up here. They come up here at night and feed on these acorns. They jumped the fence right here. They came across right here, across the road, went over there under those oak trees, went down behind the pond, up yonder to the peas, eat a few peas, eat a few sweet potatoes, came back out, come around through the sugar cane, went back up the hill, and went back out the back fence on the other side of the pigs back there. So more than likely, because deer always go back where they came from. So I know they've meandered around under all these oaks out here, but they came from back in yonder. I know where they come from because they always jump that fence back yonder, a specific place. Okay, here's where the cows walked this morning, but there's the deer track right there. There's two different tracks. They're right here. The deer have walked, there's their track right there. You see the point of their toes. This ground is so hard right here, but it's a little bit damp since the rain right here. They came all the way on down through here just walking. This place up here, literally right here, this location right here, there's a path through the woods right here. These deer, I've lived here for 30 years. These deer have always come through right here or either right up here. And they jump this fence right here. And when they jump the fence, they go through right here. They've always done it. I don't know why it is, but that's just where they go. And this time's been no exception, because if you look right, let me see if I can find it again here. Here it is right here. There it is right there. They came back this way, jumped over the fence. Here it is right there. They jumped from right here over the fence and went right back there where they come from. I had a feeling that this is where they were coming and going from. Wanda came around in the Ranger. I climbed over the fence and came back here and looked. And sure enough, there's 7,000 acres behind us here. It's just forest land. And they always come out of here every year. The acorns have started falling early this year. and they know it. They can smell it. So they're coming up here for the acorns, and while they're here for the acorns, they just take a little bit of a sample of the, I guess they call it the candy, you know. They get some peas and sweet potatoes with their acorns. So what we got to do is, we've had like 2 days of non-stop torrential rain. We've got 4 more days of rain. Wanda and I just this afternoon is just going to have to try to put some more bone sauce out. It keeps washing it off of the things that we have out, the little rags. We can't do anything about that, but this evening we're going to put a little bit more out, and we're going to see if we can't at least hold them at bay long enough for it to dry up some, and we can maybe get these peas up and get them going before they actually figure out that they want them worse than they do the acorns. Guys, one of the things, if you're going to have a homestead, you need to learn how to do is learn how to track stuff. I've spent years tracking. I've tracked animals for miles before, and I've actually shot animals, and I found one animal 1.5 miles from where I shot it at before I actually got to the animal. It was just it was a bad shot I made, but I didn't want to lose the animal, and I didn't find the animal till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was still alive, and I went ahead and finished it off. But tracking's just a lost art. Nobody knows how to track anymore. If you're going to be tracking in an area, you can't be rambling around through it, on foot and with equipment and stuff like that, because it just destroys the evidence. And that's one thing you've got to learn. Like I was showing over yonder, one of the key things for me of knowing that deer, he went through a specific spot. This is early in the morning, and the spider webs were torn hanging to the side. Well, something had to make that happen. I mean, you have to look for those kind of things. Spider webs, broken limbs, branches, scuffles in the leaves, like the fence. If you come up to the fence, this fence is all pretty and straight down through here, but when I got right here, I knew this is where they had always jumped, but the fence is not standing up straight. See, it's bowed in here. That's because when the deer came in, their belly and their back legs did this right here and went over it. And when it did, it let me know that the deer came in this way, because the fence is bowed over in this direction. And I'll usually come back and I'll straighten it back up like that, like it was. And then if I go to come out here again and go to look for where the deer has jumped the fence, it won't be hard. All I gotta do is look down the fence, and if I see a place that's kicked in like that right there, all I gotta do is walk down there and look, and usually the deer tracks are right there. So there's just little hidden secrets about tracking animals around your property. Now, if you have barbed wire, you can look in the barbed wire and you'll find hair on the barbed wire. Or on the top of this, you'll find dirt or mud on top of it. Like right here is a little spot right here. Little thing, see that right there? That's deer hair. Look at it right there. Can you see it on the end of my finger there? Where the deer's leg rubbed up against that as he jumped the fence right here. Those are little things. That's so tiny, but yet it's a big clue as to where the deer actually jumped the fence at. Because it's not going to be a dog at 4 feet high unless it's a really big dog, and then there's no dog tracks here, but there are deer tracks here. Now what I'm noticing is that the deer track I'm looking at here is a large deer track right here and a small deer track right here. So it tells me, with this other side being right here, it tells me that that was probably a big old doe with a younger last year fawn with her that's traipsing along with her still. The big doe never did go out in here because they're kind of wary, but that little young deer don't know any better yet, and he just rambled around out in there. So
he or she?
She, well, it'd be a she. Well, it could be a he or a she, either one, at that young of an age. So that's what we understand right now. It was 2 deer came in, 2 deer left. Only one walked out there, and it was a young deer out there. The older deer stayed up under here and eat all these acorns up under these trees in here. And you can see here, this is thick up under in here. They love getting up under this kind of stuff, eating acorns.
And see, this is right next to
our pig pen. Okay, guys, we've kind of got it figured out where the deer came from, what's going on, and cows are, here they come, look in front of you. Here comes Dolly, here comes all of them. They all want to come say hello.
Really?
Yeah, so.
What was that all about?
Oh, they get all drunk. Where's Betty at?
Where's your baby?
What'd you do with that baby?
Now we gotta go hunt a baby.
I gotta go find Betty. You done went off and left her somewhere. Anyway, guys, maybe today was a little bit of an educational about how to track something and on your homestead. Anytime deer come in and do anything, we do this so that we know what we're dealing with, where we're dealing with them from, and what actions need to be taken. Right now, doesn't seem like they're doing too much damage. We'll put the bone saws back out. It usually keeps them at bay. But when it rains, we have to put it back out again. So, guys, thank you from Deep South Homestead.
Let's go hunt our baby.
Come on, did Mama run off and leave you? Huh? Say, did Mama run off and leave my baby girl? Huh? Come on, little Betty. Come on, baby girl. Did Mama go off and leave you? Huh? Say, did Mama go off and leave my baby girl? Come on. No, don't run away. Come on. Come on, little Betty. Come on. Come on. Come on here. Come on, little girl. Come on. Come on, baby girl. Come on. Here comes Mama. There she is. Mama came back.